pastor, her husband Ron. Pastor Ron, his wife, and all the leaders, and I thank you all, y'all wonderful. But I was going to tell you all, whatever is spoken here, we need to listen, pay attention to, because you never know when you're going to need it out there, because y'all know I break my vehicle on Thursday, I'm going to go on another one. I had nothing. The insurance just wasn't going to pay it all off. I still owed on it. But I went down there, and they said, well, this is what we can do. Get your rebate, and the rebate will pay this off, and you'll just have one payment. Anyway, the Brandon, he was awesome. He is amazing. It's the same vehicle. It's a new vehicle. But he said, let's drive. And I said, I don't need to. It's the same thing. He said, well, let's drive. And so I got in, and he brought up the subject of ghosts and demons. I said, Lord, he opened the door, here we go. I said, first of all, so we just had this study Wednesday at church. He said, what? I said, there's nothing new under the sun. What happened back then happens now. I said, yes, they're real. I said, it's like this. I said, I talking about the swine, He said, what? He said, I'm going to go home, I'm going to study Matthew. I said, just study the whole book of Matthew. He said, he's going to tell you all about his feelings, he's casting out the demons, healing the blind, healing the lame. And he said, wow. He said, this is serious. I said, this is real. I said, it's like this. I said, the demons know who you are. I said, you can't cast them out because they know you're wild. He said, well, I said, this is for real. I said, fasting and prayer. I said, you have a calling on your life. I said, you need to come to church. He is so amazing. My vehicle I got one, my payment was going to be $400 a month. So I said, no. So I left. And I got to the church. They called me back. He said, Fauna, come back now. I said, okay, let me turn around. Then his boss called. He said, where are you? You should be pulling in now. I said, well, I'm on my way. I said, Lord, it's going to be something good, something drastic for me to turn around and then not tell you what it is. But they knocked about $100 off my payment.
Look at Look out. She didn't tell us she told her to in the corner. I said, girl, I can feel all that power. And she didn't intimidate her. She got some power. God is giving her that power. Come on, give God a hallelujah. Put your hands and start listening more. Because God don't prepare you with studies or start talking about certain things. Come on, unless he's trying to prepare you for that next individual. Come on, give God a hallelujah. And when she gets, and that's what I said, you know how it is, it's happened over and over. God will prepare you for that individual that's getting ready to come in your life at an expected time, so they will understand what they're going through. We're not for ourselves, but we're for other people. Come on. God uses us for other people. God let us go through for other people. Come on, somebody.
That is so true. First, give honor to God, our Lord and Savior. I want to thank God for our pastor, whom everyone knows I call Mom, and her husband, which whom I call Pops.
Yes.
Pastor Ty, which I call Pastor Times 2, and his wife, Jasmine, whom I call Teacher. She was teaching me drums. First of all, I want to really thank God for everything. Because every time the devil put me in the darkness, God slides me right back into the light. I mean, I can say, thank you, Jesus. Now, okay, so I'm going to get up here and just say what I'm going to say loud. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But God just got me being humble.
Come on.
And I'm like, no. But my time is not yet. But when it's time, Mom let me know. And believe me, every last one of y'all will be shocked. Or maybe not shocked. But when you hear what I have to say, and what God had put in my mind, and my heart, and my soul, and what I've been through,
say it now.
I just told you just the tip of the iceberg.
Come on.
And when the grace of God comes through, and look, I'm talking about through the Bible.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through a lot of things that the Bible has put, his people through, which we are his people. But when it's time for you to actually come up and speak, preach, sing, play, let me tell you something. When I'm playing those tambourines, the tambourine, and I hear those cymbals go, that's me shouting.
Come on.
That's myself dancing. That's myself playing for every last one of y'all so you can feel the spirit in you. And And I'm glad that God taught me how to play that tambourine.
Come on.
They're talking about the congas. I play the congas. You know what I'm saying? I want to sing in the praise team.
Yeah.
But one reason why I haven't come to you, Tanya, because I know it's not time.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So when I know that God will tell me that it's time, it could be next year.
Come on.
I'm patient. I've learned how to be patient. When you're patient in your ministry, that's when God will say it's right.
That's it. Come on. And now to say something, a lot of people like to go before their time. And then next thing you know, they're falling.
Yes.
And the thing about it is that this is not no race. Given to the swift.
Right.
Nor to the what? But to the one that what?
Endures.
Somebody shout, endure.
Endure.
This is what I tell our leaders and Christians all over the world when I go minister. Pray for the spirit of the what? Endurance. Look at your neighbor and say, pray for endurance. Because it's easy to start. But it ain't easy to endure. Come on, somebody. It's doable. And your neighbor said it's doable.
It's doable.
If you can put your flesh, I'm not talking about this flesh, your skin. Come on. I'm talking about your fleshly desires. Come on. The desires of your own thought process and your own will to go counter to the will of God. That's the flesh God talking about. He's not talking about this don't do nothing or go down to mother dust. How many understand that? But it's the flesh is your will to do that which you want to do. That sometimes is against the will of God. That's why he says we go back according to our what? Own flesh. That's it. We're drawn away by our what?
Our
own lust. That's it. Our own lust, our own flesh, which is our own desire. That's what lust is. Our own desire. So in order to endure this, we got to continue to say, Lord, take away myself. Isn't that something? Take away me. Take away my own desires. Take away what I want to do. Come on, dear God. What you want to do, what God wants you to do, and you might not like it. Come on. You might not enjoy it. You might not even want to do it. But it's the purpose of God for your life. You might not even have a passion about it. Come on. When you start it, it might be, just like myself, I ain't want to pastor what? I don't want to pastor no people. I just like to stay in the background. That's why I still be pushing Pastor Ty, put all of them up there. I still be doing that. You take some pastors, boy, every Sunday morning they up preaching. They ain't letting you preach. They don't care if they got 5 members. They won't be the only one up there preaching. Come on. And look, they'll say, okay, minister. Okay, if you want to preach, you go find a corner out there and preach. Come on. You ain't going to practice up in here. I'm going to give you a practice title. If you want to practice, go out there and practice. Let you come in that pulpit because they're the center of the attention.
Yes, they are.
You understand that? Come on. But I'm trying to stay in the background, get everybody else to sit up. Come on, Tanya, come on up here. I'm going to do y'all like God did me. I ain't want to go either. Come on. So I did not want to pastor. I did not want to preach. I did not want to do all that. Some people find it glorious. I know, come on, I ain't going to tell you. Come on. But I don't find it very, glorious in that, being that limelight. But one thing I do love, I love when I'm under my leadership. I was under my leadership over 17, 20 years, and they governed me, and they saw the potential. But not only saw the potential, they seen the sacrifice. And they was able to give me just due. Come on, concerning the work of God that worked in my life, concerning what I did to get there. Come on, it makes a difference when your pastors can validate you. How do you understand that? They can validate. In other words, you don't need validation. Oh, yeah, you do. You just like with the apostles, before the disciples. They didn't just come apostles and they just called themselves apostles. How do you understand that? Yes. Amen. But when it was under the teaching of Jesus, Jesus validated their gift.
Yes. Amen.
And called all of them apostles, even the crazy one.
Yes.
Judas, the son of perdition. Come on. He knew what he was going to do, but he still validated and said, yeah, that's what you are. Yeah. I don't care what nobody said. You keep stealing that money. I know you stealing. But you but you still an apostle. You might not got it all together, but that's the gift. That's it. That's what I get here. Come on, give God a hallelujah. Sometimes you might not got it all together, but touch your lips, I'm going to get it together. God help. Come on. So at the 17, 20, my pastor validated. They validated. So, oh, yeah, you ready. Yeah, I ain't just going to pick up by myself. I sure wasn't going to. I wasn't trying to. But the thing is that I didn't have no passion toward it. I didn't even like it. Well, speaking to all y'all. And for y'all, going to sleep on me. She talked too long. Can't go back to that church. You think I want to preach to people like, no. No, I see people can be beautiful pastors unless they really like it and they're good looking. And they're men. It's totally different. Come on. They do anything for the men pastor. For a woman pastor, all in herself. They don't say that about the men. But no, I didn't want to do this. But when God set his purpose for my life, and I didn't have no choice, he was just turning it toward, this is what you're going to do, whether you want to do it or not. And then next thing you know, I'm going forward. And my pastor said, this is what you, I'm sorry, but God was saying, no, this is what you are. This is what I got to do. And I'm like, oh, no, you ain't got to. But God told me what you're talking about. I ain't going to be disobedient to God. So, next thing you know, I'm in the wheel. I'm enjoying, but didn't have really a passion, a fire, a love. Because I was scared and I don't want to. Because I didn't want to get nothing wrong. I want to make sure I know the truth. Come on. Come on, when we put you want to make sure you get that. That's why I look at time. And sometimes they say, Pastor, I don't think that. Well, how you got that? So I thank God, but as I tell people that after a while, man, the Holy Spirit get a hold of you and get on the inside of you. You start craving God and start wanting God. You don't want nothing else. You just want more of Him. And the more you want of Him, the more you want to stay before Him. The more you want to do right. The more you want to be around the things of God. You care less about the other. Come on, dear God. The more that old desire of the world leaves you to do the wrong thing, to be curious about things you never tried. Give God a hallelujah. Hallelujah. And then begin to have a passion for the things of God. And that fire, no matter how it looks like man, God, maybe no, you ain't did this. I'm supposed to be doing this. Well, look how they try. Look what they doing. It ain't even working. They don't even want you. That's why Peter said, well, Jesus, 7 of them left you. He said, I ain't called them 7. I called y'all 12. So let them go. Go on. But you can really, you can get hurt by a lot of this. Especially if you don't know how to guard your heart. I'm not going this way right quick, but you're going to stay right here, son. You ain't going to run. But if you don't know how to guard your heart, and stay before God, and as you see things coming your way, you got to know how to stay prayerful. Come on, and keep your thoughts in the right direction so you can be just like the ox that got the muzzle. Come on, or the guard on his face, he can't turn. All he can do is go forward. Come on, just somebody just go forward. Don't turn to the left, don't turn to the right. Don't even adhere to that which is in your ear. Go forward. You don't want to call the pastor. The devil is a lie. Go forward. God ain't got no prejudice toward a man pastor and a woman pastor. Come on. God is not a prejudiced God. Come on. He has no respect of person. So in your ear, the devil in your ear, I'm going forward. Come on. Somebody say, I'm going forward. No, you ain't saved. You don't feel saved. I'm get where I need to go. I'll get where I need to go if I keep going forward and not lean to the left nor to the right.
Yes.
Come on. Come on, give God praise. I can't worry about what Joe's doing. I ain't worried about what Mike's doing. I can't worry about nobody else. I just get, it's a soul salvation now. It's a personal walk. If my husband don't want it, I want it.
Yeah.
If my daughter don't want it, I want it.
Yeah.
If my children don't want it, I want it.
Yeah.
No matter who stops, no matter who goes, I gotta keep going. Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Somebody say, I'm going forward. I gotta keep going forward. Come on, I gotta make some. I see steps coming forward. I see things getting done. Come on, I see goals getting met. Come on, I see me being prosperous. Come on, somebody. I see me doing the things that God wants me to do. I see doors opening. I gotta stay forward. Come on, son, you gotta get it. You gonna preach. I'm gonna shout if you do.
Forward. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. God is so amazing.
Elijah felt like, okay, God, I'm depressed. My God, I think I might like, because she got Jezebel is after me. But you know what? He said, I'm going to stand in the door. And God said, what's wrong with you, Elijah? He said, God, I'm just zealous for you. He says, I know where you are. He said, but I got 7,000 having you to bow down to Baal. What in the world you worried about that woman for? What you worried about dying? What you worried about not having me? Amen. Just stay forward. Just listen to me. Just keep praying. Keep going to Bible study. Keep going to church. Come on, give God a hallelujah. My God. Encourage yourself. Paul said, amen, I'm not to be happy. I made myself happy. If nobody else makes you happy, make yourself happy. You might not have a man, make yourself happy. You might not have kids, make yourself happy. You might not have no furniture, make yourself happy. You might not have a job, make yourself happy. Come on, dear God, hallelujah. Don't you know after a while, it's going to turn around in your, come on, it's going to turn around in your favor. All you got to do is stay forward. If you there, just stay forward. Come on, I make myself happy. Because the joy of the Lord is down on the inside. I can't be sad. And you get around me, you ain't going to be either.
Oh my God. Oh, God is good. Ain't he good? Oh man, he is good all the time. Amen. I just thank God on tonight. I just thank God just for being here. I give honor, respect to the Spirit of God who first in my life to our Apostile. Amen. And to Pastor Time, everybody in their respectful places. You know, it's so awesome because, you know, that was, even before I got here, you know, what I was thinking about is, you know, staying focused. And she didn't have no idea, but she came along and just started talking about the same exact thing that was already in my mind formulated. Because how many know it's so easy to get off focus, ain't it? When distractions is going everywhere, things seems like it's in shambles, nothing is not going the right way, it's easy to get off focus. But I say, God, you know what? You gotta keep me focused. You gotta keep me humble. You gotta keep me steadfast so I don't find myself falling on the wayside. But you know what, God? I want to move forward, not because you told me to, God, but because I love you and because of what you've done for me. God, I didn't come this far just to stop. But God, I'm believing in you for greater. I'm believing in him for greater. And it's so awesome that, you know, as Tanya began to sing, I love when she sings, I tell her all the time, is that, you know, you're thinking about, you know, being in his presence. And I don't want to just be, you know, surrounded by his presence, but I want to be in his presence. Come on. Amen. Because in his presence, there's riches. And you may say, well, what do you mean by that? Because in his presence, there's healing. Come on. In his presence, come on, God can regulate your mind.
as they were getting ready to, I believe, go into the tent, they used to tie the rope around them with the bells around their leg. And as they walk, if that bell stopped ringing, they go, oh, that one didn't make it. Let's go ahead and pull him out. And sometimes we take it for granted, stepping into God's presence any kind of way. And I thank God for them doors that I come through every Monday, every Wednesday, every Sunday, because whatever it was that the enemy was trying to fight me with before I came through those doors, when I stepped through those doors, that had to get off. It had to move. Because why? His presence is in this place. So because his presence is in this place, come on, how many know the enemy can't be what God is? He can't stand. Come on. He gets frustrated. He gets agitated. He starts moving all over the place. That's why I love it. I close my eyes. Y'all may hear me pray out loud. Keep the devil out of my mind. Keep him out. Because I don't want no distractions. I don't want no extra things. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just this course of the week or this course of the month just seems like nothing can go my way. Nothing will go my way. Everything seems like it's going the opposite way when I'm doing what's right and things still happen and I'm praying and I'm asking God, why? And God said, listen, it's not supposed to go your way, first of all. It's supposed to go my way. And come on, amen, when you line yourself up with God and you have the desires in which God has, you will yourself say, God, I want things to go your way, not my way. Because if things continue to go my way, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to find myself going backwards. I'm going to find myself doing the things I used to do before. So God knows, not my will, but your will. And that's what I had to learn, and that humbled me in an instant. Because sometimes we can complain. I'm just talking about me. Now, I'm not talking about nobody else. You know, sometimes we can just complain about things not going right and things happening in our life, and we don't even begin to even think and thank God for the things He has already done. How far He has brought us, but we're so focused and looking at the things that are behind us. It's not really even focused on the things that are in front of us. They say, God, okay, I've come this far, so therefore I'm not going to stop. No matter, I don't care how hard it gets and what comes my way and what things I got to face, I understand that being in you, and I know that I'm going to have to face some things in my life, but I know that that's opposition. Opposition does not come to make me turn away, but it comes to make me go forward, prepare me forward. Amen. Come on, to keep going forward, not to stay still, but to keep on moving forward. Because God, what you have for me, I'm going to get. I'm going to keep pressing. I'm going to keep moving forward. I can't stop. I can't quit. I cannot. I love Him too much. I'm sorry. I don't know about y'all, but I love Him too much to stop. And I've been through this place where I'm up and down and up and down and up and down. But how do you know when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of up and down, I stop. It just got to stop. It can't continue to go no more. So therefore I say, you know what? I ain't going to make an excuse. I'm just going to keep on going forward. And that's what it is. No, I didn't fall because somebody made me fall. I fell because I wanted to fall. And I got within myself to say, that's enough. I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm not saying that it's all grand. I'm not saying that it's, you know, cookies and cream and everything is going good. No, I'm not saying that at all. You know, there's some things that are happening, but I tell you what, and even one thing that happened just recently is that one thing I don't stand for and I will not stand for is when you begin to put your mouth on this church that I go to, the church where God has placed me in, and when you put your mouth on my leader, oh, we got a problem. Because I know what she stands for. I've seen her walk. I've seen what she has done. I've seen her sacrifice. So I'm going to let you know that that's something I can't stand for. And that God rose up in me and said, look here, now let me tell you something about what you're saying, because I'm not going to do it. And I encourage you to do the same. If you hear somebody talking about your leader, or you hear somebody talking about your brother, if you hear somebody talking about your sister, you correct them where they are. Don't let that stuff, because God will let you and hold you accountable. And correct some stuff. But I thank God anyways. And on a lighter note, you know, on yesterday I went to my son's football game, and you know, he was excited like he's been. I've seen just a major change in his attitude and his demeanor. You know, starting at the beginning of the season, you know, like I told you guys, he was very down. You know, he's not getting any play time. But yesterday, my son got in the game, y'all. He got in the game and he had an opportunity to play, and they put him in there. Y'all know he's the littlest thing on the field. But I was on the field. They had to tell me to back up. I got on the field. When he got on the field, I got on the field too. And And, you know, that's because I'm proud of my son, you know, and I told you guys, you know, I didn't have that dad. I didn't have that male role model to show me the ropes and teach me the things that I needed to know as growing up and being a man. So I make it my business to be there for my son. And not only for my son, but I make it my business to be there for my children. But y'all, let me tell you this, a funny thing happened. So a couple of plays passed by, and there was a young man, he broke. I said, oh, Lord, he gonna run my son over. This guy was big, you know, DW, he's real small. So he's running towards DW, and somebody hit him on the leg, and DW jumps over him, and he got a half tackle. That's what they call it. Somebody tackle him first, and you hit him second. It's called a half tackle. So then the time ran out, and I see him, and I'm like, good job, he come to the side of me. He looked, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? He's, oh, Daddy, I think I hurt my leg on a half a tackle I just got. It's really, so I said, boy, go sit your behind down somewhere. But you know, the thing about it, we got in the car and we talked, and he was so excited. And it was just, you know, it was a moment that I took and I just placed it in my memory bank and said, God, I will never let this go. Because you know what I'm saying, sometimes, you know, the system is so jacked up, they, you know, with the money, child support, they believe that raised kids for no time is what that child is going to remember. Not the money that you're taking out your pocket, but it's the time that you're spending and implementing those memories in those kids' minds, and that's what I'm about. And I love it so much. So I say this to say that is that no matter what happens, and as the apostle has already said, like what I don't know what animal she said, but with the muzzle on their faces, that they can't look left, neither can they look right. And that's what God is saying, is that what we got to continue to look forward, because that's where He is. He's not in our past, but what He is in our present, and He's surely in our future. So therefore, whatever it is, whatever it takes, and like I always say, I don't care where you are, I don't care what you're going through, I don't care what circumstances you're facing, because God is in control of everything. Is that all right? Amen. Y'all pray my strength to the Lord.
God wants us to keep going forward. Things are not getting any better, but it don't matter if it's getting worse. If you are a Christian that loves God and stay before God, it's always getting better for you. Even in the midst of suffering, it gets better. Because even Paul said, is that, you know what, no matter if I suffer, just let me suffer for the right, not for the wrong. Come on. Amen. Because in suffering, we learn how to become more like Christ. We die out of the old. And with the changing of times, with people that feel like I don't have to go to church, people feel like I don't need all of that, well, you need that in some more. Come on, amen. There was a time when I felt like I didn't either. There was a time when my kids felt like that either. But I tell my kids, when I go to church, you going to church. Because how many know kids need God too? And you are responsible. Come on, we are accountable for our kids, especially when they're minors. You know, now when they get 18 or 19, now if you were still living in my house, like my 35-year-old nephew, he was living in my house because he got divorced. He's like, man, auntie, I got to go to church. You sure do. When I walk into the church, you walk into, because I don't know. The devil will get in anybody. How can you understand that? The devil will move on whomever he will. So if we are Christian and we love God, amen, we got to make sure that our household, come on, our household is where God wanted to be. Not just our life. Look at your neighbor and say, it's not just about you. Come on, it's about your children. Come on, it's about whomever living in the house. We come on, give God praise. Come on, hallelujah. So therefore, is that you go, what my husband is like. Now, husband is different. You can make your husband wrong. Amen. All you can do is live a life before them. Come on, and live that life in such a way that they'll want to come. That's why you ain't got to say a word to them. All you got to do is just live the love of God and be true to your God. Not wishy-washy, because if you wishy-washy, you ain't going to pull nobody. Come on, if you wishy-washy, you're going to go down yourself. Come on. But if you love God and got a life before Him, that's the only thing we'll pull them, because they'll look and say, man, she is really committed to her God. She is, you know, I want what she has, because she is committed to her God. So as your commitment is, they will see the God in you. Come on. When you're not faltering, they will see the God in you. When you're not wavering, they will see the God in you. And that's the only way that you will pull them. You got to be steadfast, unmovable, word, that's right, in the word and the word, that's it. In the word and the word of God. Come on. And that's because the fact is that the enemy is going to always challenge your walk. Come on. And if you have doing it right where they want to follow you. Come on. I thought that, I thought you was really saved. I thought there was something to this Christianity. And here it is, you have walking behind where you're going to give them God if you ain't trusting God yourself. Is that all right? Come on, that's the word. Amen. So in this time and in this day, in teaching even our young people, because the spirit of seduction don't have no age group. Come on, how can you understand that? The spirit of seduction don't have no age group. The devil don't have no age group. And especially the Bible said, train them up in the way they what? When they get old, they will what? Now, old is not 18. Old is not 17. Old is not 15. Come on. So therefore, just like you going to get on my arm, say, oh yeah, come on, God gonna hear you. I got a lot of homework. Come on, bring your homework too. You'll do it right after Bible study. I mean, there was a lot of time, me and Tanya, it was right here, right after Bible study, after church service. I think I always got my kids late to school. She'll tell it all. You might well get the microphone.
I said, yes, she did, because she always went the route where I live, and I see their trip. And I see that trip. Every way after 8 o'clock, there go Pastor Gabby and Jasmine. I said, poor baby's late again. She's like, y'all come over my house and get the key. But the thing is that, look, no, Tanya done kept us here at 12 o'clock, hugging Pam. Kept us out until 12 o'clock. All the time, every time we have church service here till 12 o'clock at night. Come on, talking about the Lord, talking about stuff, just enjoying each other, just fellowshipping. But the thing is that they knew is that, look here, there ain't no choice, because the enemy wants to put us in a position that kids don't know what they need. How do you understand that? When they get older into adolescence, they definitely don't know. How do you understand that? So in that understanding that they really don't know, we got to help them grow and learn commitment and learn stability in God's word. So when they do go out like that at 20-something years old, when she do go out, she is grounded. Debbie said, Mom, I went to one church. She said, and I was trying to find out what their doctrine was, and she said, and the man started talking about all this other stuff, just being, baptized in the name of the Father. She said, the Father ain't no name. She said, and then they start talking about some other stuff that it's okay to drink wine. She said, oh no. She said, we're in the word that she started giving me and Tanya on the phone, I think, and started saying, this ain't even right. Ain't no all right if you don't drink wine. If you don't drink with an over excess, it's okay. The devil is a lie. Come on. God even told him, I don't even want you picking off the vine. Come on, don't take the grapes off the vine. Come on. Because why? The heat, they didn't have a process, but they had heat that fermented anyway. The juices that were sweet from the grapes. Come on. That's how you... Noah didn't have no yeast. He didn't have nothing but the grape from the vine. But the Lord began to teach us, and we were like, man, why our pastors have to always talk about this? Because they were teaching us young mothers at that particular time is what God wants from us, what God is pleased. So when they get older, they won't depart from the faith. Even if they do depart from the faith, come on, and go off and do their own thing. They know truth, and the devil can't sift them as weak, because they want to stand on what they know. And that's the word of God. Come on, give God a praise. So Daddy couldn't get her. And the word says, you didn't get me on that tune, it ain't all right to become a drunk. No, Jesus didn't make that kind of wine for the wedding. It's okay. She's like, let's go to the word. And then when we came to, let's get my mama, let's get Pastor, let's get Sister Tanya on there. And the girl, she really didn't want to hear it because she wanted to keep doing her work. Well, if you don't want the truth, then that's why the Bible said is that because of sin, look at your name and say, because of sin. So go to it right quick, Tanya. We'll read it. If you don't mind, put it up. Matthew, is it 24?
He said, because of sin. And what is sin? When you reject the truth. He said, we perish for the lack of knowledge, but also we what? Reject knowledge. It's not the perishing for the lack that you don't know. It's perishing from rejecting it. Oh, I don't agree with that. You don't have to agree with it. But the Bible says you're rejecting it. So if you reject the truth, God says, I reject you. That's the whole total word. That's the total word of that scripture that I just read to you. We'll get that to you. So in that, we got to understand that we are in a society and we are in an environment right now. And in our society, they are stripping God away from your children, God away from the schools. The time that we used to pray before class, they don't want prayer no more. Amen. Come on. Pledge allegiance to who? Come on. Amen. I want to honor God. They don't care about prayer in the school. They don't want you to study the Bible in the school. There was a time where you used to study the Bible before class. The teacher would go over the 10 Commandments and stuff. So they're stripping God away from your children. And why? Because if they absorb more of God in their consciousness, then they'll want to do what's right. They'll want to live what's right. Churches find it very amusing that, okay, in order to get more kids in, let's get them Kool-Aid and crackers. And let's get video games. And then next thing you know, they ain't learning really nothing about their soul. All they learn like Jesus is love. Yeah, Jesus love. Jesus died on the cross. Okay, but what about your soul? They don't understand about commitment. They don't understand about loving God and being sold out to God, being committed to God. How can you understand that?
You know, it's so real as far as what you were saying. You know, you can attest to this too, because even when it comes down to my kids, I'll tell y'all something. One thing they do, they sit and they listen. And when we're home or we're out and about and we're saying something, they're like, oh, Daddy, Grandma said this. This is what she was teaching because, you know, the word is in them, you know, and sometimes, you know, that is, it is missed, you know, and like she was saying, it's not about the fun and all this other stuff and things of that nature, but I even look at my kids and it's so true, is that they're able to even, sometimes with even my son, he's able to even go to scriptures and like, okay, this is what it is. So yeah, that's very true.
Come on. And I remember the time, I think Tanya you too, I don't know some of y'all. I remember the time that we had to take all our kids, and it was just one sanctuary. Kids they learned how to worship God. Not play and, you know, it's time for play, it's time for this. But they learned how to worship God. And and you never said, child, that kid don't need that. We knew, yes they do. Because why? Hell didn't have an age group. Come on. And neither do heaven. Is that all right? Come on. But it's the thing is teaching them truth. But we used to have church, and how we was growing up, all the kids and the parents was together because you had some kids that was acting up anyway. And you need to be right and sitting by your mama so she can pop you upside the head and get you right. You wasn't obeying the Sunday school teacher. Sunday school teacher trying to teach and you acting up. Come on. Give it your parents. Pop them side up. Go ahead. You know? So, therefore, we all had our kids together. And we worshiped. And then you had kids that was, they was really getting in the Lord. You know, they was feeling God. They was really learning how to worship God in spirit and in truth. And then like our group, when we was coming up, you know, 9 years of age preaching, we had other kids that was coming up getting ready to preach. But the thing about it is, they knew, I got to have my attitude right. I got to make sure I worship. And I got to make sure I go pray. Make sure I get before the Lord. And we loved it. It wasn't about, can I be with my friends? Come on. Now, there was a time that, you know, there was a little girl. Oh, God, he's having me to go this way. But there was a little girl, too, is that she was in the sanctuary, and the bishop said, stop chewing that gum. And, you know, the mom couldn't do nothing with her. And so she was chewing. He said, baby, stop chewing that gum. And then they say, you know, she went outside and got hit by a car. Disobedient, she was a young girl. I know it's a But look, the devil don't have no age group. Disobedience. The devil gets in you to start being what? Disobedience. And the Bible says, honor thy father and mother that your days may be long upon the name which the Lord thy God gives you. And then he says, honor them that have rule over you. And the bishop had rule over all the kids because we was under that ministry. And the devil just got in her saying, Well, she got it right on out there. God let her know. I have no respect of person. Bam! Yeah. With a car. Did she die? I don't know. We can stay around for her. So, but we don't know whether she died or not. But I'm pretty sure that the word, we didn't hear nothing else, so she probably didn't die. But she probably got hit enough to understand disobedience. The wages of sin is death. But the gift of God is what? Eternal life. So you don't have kids hearing these type of testimonies. You don't have kids, you know, they go to, they say, I just want to hang out. You know, my friends we did all that in church too. I remember we did child and their mothers had long switches. I see what you got in your hand. Oh, I ain't got nothing but my baby, turn that page right there. I see you put something in there. Well, what is this? Them sisters and mothers, you know what I'm talking about? Come on. Them sisters and mothers, they didn't care. And I'm going to whoop your mama if she come in my face too. They didn't care about all that. Only thing they care about, that child getting to know Jesus. Come on. And they don't teach Jesus no more. Come on, they don't teach heaven or hell to our children. But our society is teaching them everything else. Oh, don't scare them. I'd rather scare you into heaven than to talk nice to you and you go to hell. Come on, give God praise. Your soul is lost. Not working. So in that, read right quick. So this is where we're going with Matthew. Oh, I'm sorry, the 24th. So we're still in Revelation, but I'm just showing you, while we're in Revelation 17 chapter, our society is changing. And you have, the laws have changed. And this is why it's important for us to know God and to stay prayerful and to be where God wants us to be and to live holy. God still have me on this parenting. To live holy, I just can't live holy on my own mind. You know, I'm accountable for those things that God has me be accountable for. Is that all right? Amen. So if I'm going to be accountable, I got to make sure is that I do the things that God wants me to do. Is that all right? Amen. Look at your neighbor. This is old time holiness. Old time holiness teaching. Is that all right? Come on. Amen. So I remember the day like we went back to Tyrell. Jesus. We had kids from 5 years on up tearing for the Holy Spirit. Even though we didn't have to, but that's all they knew. Is how to get it. Jesus. Come back the next night. Jesus. And then you know what? It made us get closer to God. Even now, I found myself, I ain't got nothing to say, Jesus. Call him his name. There's power in his name. You understand that? So the enemy don't have an age group. And God don't have an age group either. It's when you know what? Right from wrong. Come on. So we're living in a society that the Bible says, and somebody get that scripture too, that we are in a day where principalities and wickedness is what? In high places. So what do you say that the love of many, is it Matthew 24? Around about 12 verse, something like that?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Is it 24 or 23 or
12. Yeah, 12.
Okay. So the 12 verse?
Yes.
Okay. So Matthew 24 and 12.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
See, a lot of people, they think, okay, I just want to, because they ain't got a whole lot for the kids to do. Only thing that the kids need to do is learn to praise God. It's learn to live holy. And then when they go home with you, you don't teach them nothing else. Don't teach them how to lie. Don't teach them how to be deceitful. Don't teach them how to, commit other things. Teach them how to be holy. Because God is going to encounter us. Now, they're going to be accountable for their own selves. You're not going to be accountable for them. You're going to be accountable for yourself and what you're not doing as a parent. Is that all right? But the child still is going to be accountable for their own action. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Amen. So in that is that, so God said, look, we are what? Read that one more time.
We are what?
And because iniquity shall abound.
Now underline, you should already have this up. Because iniquity. So it ain't that, oh, well, we don't got nothing for the kids to do. Yeah, we do. We got them to clap their hands, sing, learn how to worship. Learn the word of God. That's more than enough. They can handle that. They're doing a lot. But because of iniquity, they can find every excuse in the book of why I don't want to. I don't want to do it. You know what? I think that church don't have enough. I want my kids to, they got nothing to do with all that. It's got something to do with sin. Come on. Because number one, what I want my kids to learn is I want them to learn truth. I want them to learn how to utilize God's word. I want them to learn how to understand if somebody is preaching a lie or preaching the truth. Come on. But because my life is not where it should be, I look for an excuse of why I don't need to go where God is. I can understand that. So he says, even in our own life, is that, he says, iniquity abounds when we want to leave away from the truth of God or where God is. Why do I want to leave a ministry that the word of God is being preached and being explained, and I can ask questions, and we can go in depth in God's word? Why do I want to leave that? Because of what? Somebody shout, sin. Sin. That's the only reason. Come on. When you want to love God, and when you want to do what's right, and you want to learn more, and it's all about you and Jesus and doing what's right, maybe you don't want to leave truth. So the Bible says it's because what? Somebody shout sin. That's what iniquity is. And because sin, iniquity shall abound, the love of what? Shall what? Wax cold. Pastor Jennifer now, she just too loud. No, sin. Pastor Jennifer, she just get on my nerve. Sin. Come on. You can call it many different things. But it's because sin is in your heart. That I don't want to listen to the truth. Because how many know the truth will drive you or it will bring you? It's either going to push you away or it's going to draw you forward. Come on. How many understand that? Either you're going to love truth or you're going to hate it. And that's what the Pharisees did not like about Jesus. They were trying to kill him, Monty. They were trying to kill Jesus. They called him Beelzebub. He ain't nothing but a Beelzebub. What you mean, Beelzebub? The devil can't cast out the devil. Come on. They didn't understand who Jesus was. Come on. They called him all kind of names. You lunatic. He ain't all there. Jesus said, no, you just don't understand who I am. Come on. Your father is of the devil, not mine. I am the Father. When you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Come on, give God. Hallelujah. So he said, because love of iniquity abound, the love of many shall what? Wax cold. When God is delivering in a place, when God is setting free in a place, when God is bringing rich word like this, and here it is breaking it down, the enemy going to always test your nerve. And the enemy within yourself is going to test your nerve. Well, I don't know why she got me lying. I'm seeing her. I'm leaving church. I'm going to the church. This man met me in Dollar Tree. Well, actually, he met me in Dollar Tree. I knew him. I was just trying to get some Christmas stuff at that time. Was it Christmas stuff or summer stuff? Was it? Yeah, it was summer stuff. What's it about? I don't know what it was. I know I was looking for something quickly because I seen it come to my eye. You know, I try to get away from people like, oh God, I know what this is going to be like. He said, he called me, hey preacher, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Well, I just want to know, is that, why is it that, people always got to tell you that, you going to hell, and it's always geared to their belief. That's why I go to a church that don't preach all of that. I say, no matter where you go to church, don't preach all that. It's in the Word. Well, he started coming from one thing, from that to, that's why, about wine. You just go where you're comfortable.
That don't mean you going to heaven because you move to another church that's going to preach the way they drink your wine and you drink your wine. That don't mean y'all going to heaven. Because the word says you still going to hell. Come on. He said, be ye perfect as my Father, which is in what? Some people ain't even read that before. They said, what? Why can't we? Ain't nobody perfect but Jesus. Well, Jesus in your life, then you become perfect. Come on, what you mean? Well, what you mean? What you mean by that? I said, no, we Christians don't willfully sin. We don't go look and say, well, I'm going here, I'm going to sin today. I had so much word last night, I need to sin. Child, they shined up a storm. Child, we just got so engulfed. Child, I just need to get drunk, child, after all that. We done went to the third heaven, now I come down, I need to go somewhere else. You don't go looking to sin. You know what I mean? So we don't willfully go look for sin or to go sin. So the perfection of God is to draw our mind to perfection, to think those things that God wants us to think. So when our flesh starts warring against us, to want, you go against that craving, you shouldn't go against, trying to pull you to that way, then you start praying, in the name of Jesus, you call somebody stoning you, in the name of Jesus, I'm not going to do it. God, strengthen me. And then what the Holy Spirit do when you start healing your member? He start making you strong. Because you're what? Resisting. Somebody shout, resist. Resist temptation and he'll what? He'll flee from you. Come on. So you ain't got to yield. It's only one's will that do. Because like he said, no, I want to. So you can live a perfect life and be perfect in Christ. But you got to learn is that because of what you desire and what you feel like you need at the moment, you got to learn to bring all that subjected under the Holy Ghost that's in you. And by faith, know that he's in you. Well, I don't feel saved. Baby, it's not a feeling. It's a no. Feeling come and go. Come on, somebody. Sometimes Ron feel like he love me. Sometimes I feel like I'm in love with him. Sometimes I ain't in love with you at all. Now, how did I get with you?
Watch out.
Come on. It's not a feeling at all. It's, man, you get on my nerve. I know you mine. I know you're supposed to be with me. I know I'm you and you and me, and I just know that you're my husband. I ain't going nowhere. I don't care how much you get on my nerve. Amen. I feel like I just don't bother me right now. Let me get over. Come on. It's real. Watch out, it's real. It's real. But it's not, if you go by your feelings, the devil plays with your feelings and emotions. Amen. Come on. You say, yeah, he plays with mine. What do you think? I'm not so high he can't play with it. I just know his tactics. Come on. I just know what he's doing. And I don't give into those. Because I've been in it too long now. Come on, somebody. And not only that, I have an understanding. That's what the Bible tells us. According to the knowledge of Jesus Christ. That's why you need God's word. Look at your name and say, that's why we need God's word. Because it's according to the knowledge of Jesus Christ. And the more you learn about him, the more you grow. The more you want to do what's right. The more you want to live what's right. The more you want to do what's right. And then it don't become a second nature. It becomes your nature. Is that all right? It's not a second, it's a first. It is your nature. It takes over. Isn't that right, Brother Henry? You want to say something, Brother Henry? Uh-oh, come on, Brother Henry. Woo, minister to him. I feel Jesus too.
The scripture you were just talking about, and I do like to share, but I like to share the scripture to support exactly what you say.
Come on.
It's a nature.
Come on.
And the scripture, right, the one there in Matthew, in 11, it talks about being deceived by false prophets.
Say it.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Come on.
Now that's in connection with what you're talking about in this whole study is because when you, like the Bereans, they broke the word down.
Come on.
They studied it. They ate on it. They meditated on it. And then they lived it. Yes. So they knew it was real.
Come on.
But the scripture that I wanted to go to was in 2 Peter that supports you entirely, because this is a very powerful study.
Come on.
Because we have to be effective. If we don't take the word and live it,
say it,
then it's a good story.
come on.
It has no reality whatsoever except for listening and liking it.
Yeah.
But if I don't live it, it don't, you're going to go through some stuff. And this is what 2 Peter, the first chapter, around the 5th verse. Actually, you can start around verse 2.
Yeah.
Because you're right, you have to take the knowledge.
Come on. Come on.
And it says, grace and peace be multiplied to you in the knowledge of God and of Jesus our Lord, as his divine power has given to us all things that pertain to life and godliness, through the knowledge of him who called us by glory and virtue, by which have been given to us exceedingly great and precious promises, that through these you may be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. And it talks about the recipe that you just said. It says, but also, for this very reason, given all diligence, add to your faith virtue, power, to your virtue, knowledge, to knowledge, self-control, to self-control, perseverance. That's what you were talking about, endurance.
Endurance. Come on.
To perseverance, godliness, to godliness, brotherly kindness. And we're talking about love now. Amen? So it says, into brotherly kindness, love. That's the gospel that you were saying. If we don't have no compassion, then we will wax cold. It don't matter what people, what they doing and how they live. It don't matter. If I don't have the love of God in my heart, then it don't matter what's going on around me, as long as they'll come up and deal with it. But that's not God. God has sent us out to be a light to the world, to make a difference. Wherever we go, that's where God should be.
That's it.
But here, slow down. Get a little excited.
Yeah. It's good.
It says, for if these things are yours and abound, you will be neither barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. For he who lacks these things is short-sighted, even to blindness, and has forgotten that he was cleansed from his old sins. Now, this is the part that I like what you were saying. It says, therefore, brother, be even more diligent to make your call and election sure. But if you do these things, you will never stumble. For so an interest will be supplied to you abundantly into the everlasting kingdom of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Come on, give God. That's our scripture right there. Ain't it funny? So to let you know, like our brother and Monty used to say, when he first got saved, when Monty first got saved, he says, I ain't got to fall. Amen. I think that brother ever heard you say that back there, didn't you? Billy. I don't think you never heard Monty say that, have you? And he come up and said, I don't want to fall. I don't want to go back. Come on, give God a praise. And that scripture let you know, you don't got to fall and go back. But you got to be willing and love, like our brother Henry was saying, or Minister Henry was saying. You ain't got to fall, but that love got to be there to want to stand and to want to keep perfecting those things in your life. That's why, and let's go to Revelation right quick. I want just to get a little bit in for you. Because of the fact is that this world is not getting any better. I don't care how people want, and keep up. I want you to stay in Matthew because we're going to go a little bit back and forth in Matthew too. So kind of hold Matthew also. But this world, they want to live on earth for the rest of their life. And some preachers are uniting earth and heaven together, or earth and New Jerusalem together. And it's not. He said the former things will pass away. on. All these other things will pass away. So I'm not going to have no connection with those things that are formal. So I've got to learn now to let go of my past and let go of things. And not let them stay attached to me. But also willing to let go. And wanting to let go so I can grow in Him. So I can learn of Him. So I can be where He wants me to be. Even Jesus, when He was in the Garden of Gethsemane, He was like, Father, thy will be done. He had said, Father, thy will be done. But He says, if it be so, if you really want to, I'll put it in our terms. If you really want to, you can really take this cup. Come on. Jesus wasn't ready to lead the disciples. He wasn't ready to lead because He knew the people, they wasn't really ready, but He had to trust that He'd given them all. He said, God, I haven't lost no one but the son of perdition. So I've done my task. I've gotten them ready. I've done what you wanted me to do. Now when I go, it's going to be on them. To whether they're going to hold on to the word or whether they're going to just falter and say, oh, amen to it. Jesus gone now. We ain't got to do all that. But look at your neighbor and say, yeah, you got to do that and some more. So now when we're looking at Revelation, let's go to Revelation because I know we want to kind of entwine and I know y'all want to get into it a little bit. So what we stopped at is third verse. We don't move quickly. And that's because we want to understand what God has said. So we know Revelation number 1. What God was giving him. Revelation, the past, present, and the what? Future. So in Revelation, it could be a repetitiveness of what's getting ready to go on and what's getting ready to happen. God can use that same verse and that same scripture in that same book from the beginning to the middle and to the end. So you say, well, Pastor, you know what you said last year that it means this. And God said, yeah, and I meant that last year. But this year, it means something different. Well, last month, Pastor, you said that. Yeah, and with that. But this month, God said, now, this is what it's going to be. So, when it comes down to God, God is a continuously moving God. So, His word is never stale. His word is never, stagnant. His word is never positioned only in one level. His word keeps going forward and you keep getting in depth and you keep going deeper. You keep going higher. You keep getting wider of His word because what? The spiritual man searches what? The deep things of God. So you can't get deep enough. Now you can get lazy enough. And you wonder, well, I don't know this because you know you're not studying. You know you're not applying. So in the third verse, we got the third verse. Wait. Okay, we're on the third verse. So now we see that John, here it is that on the island of Patmos, a lot of things going on. He's been ran out there. And here it is, God is talking to him. So when we look, we know that it started in the 16th chapter with Jerusalem, changing now a little bit to I think what we said that Babylon, because we know that all adultery, all foolishness, we just say foolishness. All things that seduce, causes you to get entwined with things that are not of God, comes from the root of Babel in Genesis. Babylon. So, but Babylon also have different positions to where God is talking to either about Jerusalem or about Rome. And because of the fact is that it's all entwined from the time of his existence to the time of his existence of today. How many understand that, what I just said? So now, we look at what we say, Sister Tanya. Verse 3. So, he carried me away in the spirit. So this is John talking that God carried him away in the spirit into the wilderness. So carry him to a place where, and everybody know what the wilderness is, right? And I'm going to see what do y'all have too? In the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast. So right there, we look at scarlet? Oh. Scarlet colored beast. Monty, what do you get while he's trying to get the microphone? Where do you get? Monty, what do you get? Get your microphone. What do you get while he's trying and you didn't get nothing? That ain't good, Monty.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
I got the scarlet colored beast, styled as the Antichrist, or might be the Antichrist.
Okay, now you got that out of the scarlet?
I'm not, let me continue.
Okay.
And then I got, the scarlet is the color of luxury, splendor, and royalty. And those scriptures support, you can find Revelations 13, 14, 14 and 9, and 16 and 10. Those scriptures right there. But that's what I got for the scarlet itself.
Okay, so you got luxury. So now, when you went on to with the woman sit upon luxury, riches, flamboyantness, what else do you got? Go ahead, Jess. Go ahead, Jess. The microphone is over by that big person.
Okay. So, for scarlet, now all those things I did get of what scarlet, symbolizes, but specifically to this verse, I figure that it symbolizes either wealth and power, both politically and religiously, or represents sins or sinfulness. So, but one of the things that stood out to me is the wealth and power for.
It is. So it is wealth. It is powerful. Because the thing about it is, in the Middle East, especially in those areas, is that if you didn't have a certain color, or if you didn't have a lot of changing of clothing, more than 5 or 6, you was considered poor. There was no middle class or rich. Colors meant a lot when it came down to you being rich or you being poor. The changing of clothing meant you was either poor or you was rich. So when it come down to scarlet, let me tell you what I like about the scarlet. They all are right. Did you want to say something?
Well, I got what she just said, symbolizes wealth and power, both physically and religiously, since ancient Bible times.
Yeah.
I got this color was a status symbol in the mighty Roman Empire.
That's right.
And officers in Rome's army wore cloaks dyed in it, as well as high-ranking military people.
Exactly.
Military people. And since the late 13th century, Roman cardinals, who are high-level religious leaders in the Catholic Church, use scarlet for their ecclesiastical clothing.
And that's true. And I'm going to tell you what's so awesome about what she just said, too. You remember when Jesus was being crucified? What did they do to him? That's a scarlet robe on him and marking him. Oh, king, because it's the high rank. That's right, the high ranking of the officials. They made mockery of, we're just going to say. Exactly. Is they mock him because he was of humility and he was of just a lowly standard. Jesus never put himself up to be all of that. But they wanted to mock him. And those colors represented the Romans and the high ranks that they were. So now, what I also love too is that in this, is that the dipping of how they got the color was awesome. In that they took whatever, well, actually wool, but that's what they used for high ranks. Wool, and they began to dip it once, more than once, twice or so, into a dye. Now, this dye came from a lotion that they made. And the lotion was made from eggs of coccus. And of the coccus, it came from a small insect or a small bug found on the leaves of the oaks in Spain and in the countries east of the Mediterranean. And they said it is very rare, very expensive though. Isn't that something that a small little bug can make that kind of color? Oh my God, how many understand that? So I shout, oh my God, awesome God. from that is gathered on the, or that is on the leaf of an oak tree in the Mediterranean that's very rare, makes that color. And the color was very rare, so it's very expensive to get. So not anybody could wear it. And not anybody could purchase it. And definitely not anybody could go ahead and sell it. So you take a person like Lydia. Lydia was one of Paul's pastors and also woman of God that had a house church. And she had a business selling purple. Come on. And all sorts of arrayed material because she had money. She was rich. So she was able to sell those things to those that was dignitaries. So with this is very important in this because what God is actually letting us know is that in those days that God was showing, you was going to say something before I go forward? Yeah. Okay. But you was getting there. You was getting pretty right. So the woman that sat that had upon the scarlet beast now was one that was rich, was very influenced, was influential or had a lot of clout. So now when you look at the beast, now the beast wasn't an animal. How many understand that? We're not talking about an animal here. We're actually talking about a person. We're not talking about a city. Because some people say a city, but it's not a city. It is an actual individual. So they had a lot of influence. So when they look at the style of the woman, it was the woman that was a seductive woman, a woman that also not a seductive, but also a business individual that had the ability to influence. But now, it wasn't a woman per se. So we understand that. Look at your neighbor and say, it wasn't talking about a woman either. But it's talking about how a woman carried herself or, the characteristics of her. So when you have money, you can tend to do whatever you want to do. You can tend to seduce people. You can tend to influence people. Because money, they say what? Talks. Come on. Especially if you don't have none, But if you're a person of integrity, you can't get you to do anything wrong for money. Is that all right? Come on. A person of integrity carry themselves in a way that they won't lie. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell no lie for you. I'm not going to compromise. Because why? I'm a person of integrity. And sometimes your integrity can be tested with people that has money or with people that can, kind of do things, for you. And you tend to want to, oh man, you know what? He's the big boss, man. He's the boss. And you got to do it or he'll fire you. I'm not doing nothing. I've been tested in that area. If you don't do it, he'll fire you. No, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I don't care. I think Marty was saying something like that. That, there came a time when he was tested. And, look at my
It was an incident at work to where there was going to be some sort of gain at the end if I followed suit of what this, I'm not going to call it, this particular person wanted. We're supposed to be tight, so if you do this, I'll do this. So it never transpired to where
it wanted to.
I stayed where I was at,
And then because integrity. So, money talks, or influential people talk. That's why the Bible said a poor man is never heard in Proverbs. A poor man is never heard. But a rich man, they just hear him and they just eat from his mouth. They eat from his lips. And not every rich person got knowledge. How many understand? Yeah. So now, we read on. So now we look at it, number one, is that the scarlet is someone influential, someone is what? Rich, like Tanya and Jazz and Dion was saying. Someone that carries a clout, someone that is, that is somebody that has authority. Someone in authority. Someone has ranking. Someone that can change laws. Someone that can do a whole lot of different things. So we find that in this beast is the same as what? Revelation 13 chapter. So how many ever read Revelation 13 chapter? You had the beast, which is the Antichrist. And then you had another beast that come up, which was the one that was of religion. You know, so I said, oh, religion. What? Say it again. Yeah, false prophet. Say it with your microphone.
Oh, like false prophet. Supposed to be like the false prophet that people get people to do whatever the
beast wanted him to do. Exactly. So now, in hand, so you can understand what Tanya just said and what I'm saying. In America, our leadership was not brought to a position where it needs a political person and a spiritual person. This is only done in the Middle East. We get our, go ahead.
The woman, it's a person or a place. Could it be that she isn't ashamed of false doctrine, maybe, or no?
Well, it's not that it's a shame of false doctrine. They are false doctrine.
I mean, that she was at the gold and she was just boasting down there that she was walking around proud of her false doctrine.
Exactly. That they are. She is the false doctrine.
Okay.
You know. So that's why even with the beast is that what is describing of the woman. This is what the description of the woman that sits on the beast is that whatever that rank it is or whatever that they're doing is that they are what you call rich. They're in a high rank. You see what I mean? So what they would say that the woman represents the city, the woman don't represent the city. It represents the individual, the character of the individual, who he is, what he gained, what he has.
Sorry. Right?
No, it's not, no, she's not false doctrine. Okay, so keep going a little bit. Now some people say it's false doctrine, but you're going to come to that the mystery of the woman will be later on in the chapter.
What you say that the woman don't represent the woman?
The woman don't represent the city. But as you read down in the chapter, it goes to the mystery of Babylon. So I know where you're going with it.
Well, I thought it was, because he says the woman that you saw.
Right.
And this the woman that he seen? It's
right.
Not the woman is talking about, right?
It's right. But
it says the woman that you saw is the great city.
Right. And what I'm saying is that it's not talking about a city per se. In other words, God is showing him, just like some of the dreams you see water. It's not water. It means the Spirit of God. So how do you understand that? So
when it goes to say the woman that you see.
Let's read on. I'm going to put you, let's read on. Okay, come on. So, let's read on. So now.
We're going to talk about the beast?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the beast. So now he says, and the woman that sits upon a scarlet-colored beast. Okay? A scarlet-colored beast. So we know a city don't sit on a scarlet-colored beast. You see? Are we gathering right there? A city don't sit on a scarlet-colored beast. So when we're breaking it down to, just like we were saying that, okay, the great city is Babylon, but it come out to be Jerusalem. So you have to keep reading on down and then we'll go into it. So now, the woman sits upon a scarlet-colored beast. So now we are talking about the richness, we're talking about the influence, we're talking about what this individual represents. So now we already know that this beast that's coming up, it kind of took me off my thought from the beginning. So now, this beast that's coming up, we already know it's coming from the Middle East. So the next president will not be American. So we're not talking about after Trump. It might be way after Trump. Is that right? Because you even look at Obama. Okay, who sold it to the government. And then you take Trump is in the position. So it's going to be a little bit down the road before the Antichrist, which will come up out of the Middle East, because the Bible says that the beast will come out of the sea. So the sea is not here. The sea is what? Nations. So now, the Gentile nations, now those Gentile nations are what? Now I ain't talking about sinners. Right? That's right, a foreign nation, but in that foreign nation, those Gentile nations, is those that are the Muslim. So you have the Shiites, you have the jihadis, you have the different religions that the Muslim carry that call them Kurdish. You have all these different ones that the Bible said that these people come from the sea. So that means he's not coming from America. Even though we'll have elections. Well, it'd be more like the Bible says from Turkey. In those areas, because that's a Muslim nation. And you have Russia, and even the Pope is talking about, you know what? I believe with Islam and the Muslim nation, they have something to offer all the globe of the world. And they are studying Arabic. That's the language they're studying. It's Arabic. It's not English. It's not Spanish. But they're studying Arabic. So because of that, that's one of the main languages over there when it comes down to the Muslim nation. So now when we look at that coming out of the sea, we know that there's going to be a transition of presidency. And in that transition of presidency, that means is that God is going to have to take the minds of the people, which he will be in control of all, to kind of act and kind of, you know, our minds to what? Accept. If we accepted Obama, my goodness. God, and how many Muslim nations came over here for Obama? Did y'all remember? Just about all of them. Just a whole lot. A whole lot came over here just to make sure he got the presidency. There were so many Muslim nations that came and they came together just to make sure he got the presidency. So if the minds that God allowed the minds to get ready to receive that one man, and here it is, now the change is to Trump. Now the next change, we don't know who the next forerunner was getting ready to bring forth the great tribulation will be. How do you understand this? So therefore, in that, is that we're looking at, okay, God, that you got a political, which America is not used to, just the false prophet being a priest or someone of a religious state, but he's also is going to be one that will help govern, help guide, help influence that beast to be accepted. So, but in that acceptance, the Bible said in 2 Thessalonians, is that also is going to be a deception in the air. Come on, that will cause people to receive this person, that will cause people to worship this individual, that will cause people to bow down to the Antichrist that is speaking against who? God. But what happened is he's going to be very rich. He's going to be very influential. He's going to carry a lot of clout. So how do you understand that? So now, he says this. So he says, he carried me away into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit. I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of what? Names of blasphemy. So we know already that this beast is going to be what? The Antichrist. Because the Antichrist is going to be full of blasphemy. It's going to go against the name of Jesus. It's going to go against everything that Jesus stood for. Now, Paul already said there's many Antichrists. So there's many Antichrists talking false doctrine. But this is the Antichrist that will lead us into what? Tribulation. The great tribulation. That will lead us into the end of the world. How do you understand that? So we have to look at your neighbor and say, we ain't seen nothing yet.
We ain't seen nothing yet.
We haven't seen nothing yet. So now he says this. So full of the names of what? Blasphemy. Having what? 7 heads and what? And 10 horns. Who got the 7 heads? Go ahead.
It says, having 7 heads and 10 horns, pictures the extent of the Antichrist political alliances, which can be found in Revelations, chapter 9, I think it's verse 8, 9 and 12, 13 and 1.
Say it one more time.
Okay. Revelations chapter 9.
Revelation chapter 9.
Or not Revelation, I'm sorry, not Revelation, but just Revelations, 13 and 1 and 9 and 12.
Revelation chapter.
I said chapter 9.
Revelation chapter 9. Now, are you following your references? Okay. And now also I want you to also understand too, with the woman that sits on the scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, is that the city is not the blasphemy. The name of the city. The name of the city is not blasphemy. So I want you to understand that.
And I'm sorry, the chapter is chapter 17, verses 9 through 12. I apologize.
Verses
9 through 12.
Okay, you might be going a little bit long. Oh, okay, you just bring it out. Okay, let's do it. So what do you got?
I said, it says, here's the mind which has wisdom.
Here's the mind which has wisdom. Now, that's something that in Revelation, you just can't read Revelation and say, well, this is what we're talking about. Okay? Because it goes deeper into what God is trying to relate to us. A lot of things that I have not even brought out yet. The reason why I haven't is because I want to tie a lot of it in from these verses and where he's going into Matthew 24. And that's because this here has already happened with one of the Roman generals. So, and then again, it has already happened repeatedly with Jerusalem and the siege. So, when he's talking about this, he says that here is the mind which had wisdom. Wisdom is learning how to apply what you have learned. Go ahead. And what you have read, like Brother Minister Henry began to talk about the knowledge of Jesus Christ, and the revelation of Jesus Christ. We are applying what we are learning. Go ahead.
The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits.
All right.
There, you want me to continue?
Okay, no. I want you to break that down right there. Okay. Who else got that part? Auntie? All right, Jazz. Oh, Vivian. So now we're looking at, what God is showing John is that here it is that the 7 heads, now we're breaking down the 7 heads and the 10 horns. So the 7 heads, like he said, is number 1, is 7 mountains. So with the 7 mountains, go ahead, brother. What are you going to say?
Well, it's like you were saying, some of this is already transpired.
Exactly.
And what we find in the Revelations is to be revealed.
Yes.
And the 7 mountains is actually, it says it's referring to hills, which is, also to be broken down, the empires.
Yes.
It's talking about actually the places of riches that is going to be broke down, and it refers to 7.
Say it again one more time.
That the mountains that it is talking about in this particular passage, when you break it down, again, we were talking about Bereans, and that study, that is really breaking it down, because we have to understand.
Exactly.
If we just read it and we understand that it sounds right because I heard the pastor say it,
exactly,
and I don't understand it for myself,
come on,
then you're going to not know when the Antichrist comes, because they're going to be talking about peace. Jesus said that you need to beware of the signs of the times.
That's it.
If you listen to me and you pay attention to what I said, then what they said ain't going to matter.
Come on, that's it.
It's not going to be good for believers. Believers have to be able to withstand what's about to happen, because it's not going to be good for them if they stand. One of the things that I've learned in passing is those who deal with money and the cleverness of counterfeit money, they don't teach them to look at all the different ways that money is counterfeited.
Come on.
What they do is they teach them every aspect of that which is real.
That's it.
So you can even tell by the texture, you can tell by how it folds. You ain't even got to hold it up to the light. If you study it properly, you'll understand what's real and what's not. Us as believers, this is real. We come to church, and if we don't leave transformed, Romans talks about the transform of the renewal of your mind. That's for a particular reason, because Satan has came and he's deceived us into believing that some of the truth is all right, like he did, Eve. See, he didn't talk to Adam.
Come on.
And it was because Adam and God had a relationship.
Come on.
And if we come and we understand that I have to have a relationship, then I'm established. I like what you were saying earlier. Kids don't go.
Come on.
I'm going.
That's it.
If my husband don't go,
come on,
I'm going, because I have a soul. This soul has to be fed.
Come on.
They can't feed it.
That's it.
In fact, they feed off of what I have, and that's what we as believers do. We take God wherever we go. It don't matter what the atmosphere is. When I go there, that's what God is, and that's people are drawn to us as believers.
Come on.
And they're not drawn to us per se, but the God that lives in us that changes the atmosphere. And that's what Revelation is talking about. When he took John, he says, look, some of these things you ain't going to be able to talk about, but some things you need to talk about.
Come on. That's it. Come on. That's how I was getting drawn in like, man. Come on. That's how I can understand what Minister Henry was talking about. Some things that you cannot go without knowing. And what you don't know will hurt you. Come on. And what you do know, if you do something about it and know how to, look at the change of time, you can follow what God is actually saying. There is an end that's getting ready to come. How many understand that? Come on. So what God is letting us know is that if they can vote President Obama in, and they got all the Muslims, and to make sure that this man get in, and here it is, now you got Trump. Who's to say what else is next? We don't know exactly where the end is, but what we are looking at, the signs of the time. And what's going on. Go ahead.
You're talking about the power of a believer.
Come on.
And the power of the believer is having the knowledge of Jesus Christ multiplied.
Yes.
And by that I mean that if you take 1 and times it by 9, it's a beautiful thing that you got 9.
Yes.
Amen? And that's what happens with God. You take God and it just multiplies. But I wanted to read the scripture right quick that you had already said that. It's Matthew 24 again.
Yes.
But I want to start at 10, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Or actually 9. it says, then they will deliver you up to tribulation and kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will be offended, will betray one another,
Come on.
and will hate one another.
Hate one another.
That's what you were talking about, Wax.
Come on.
It says, then many prophets will rise up and deceive many. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come.
Yes.
So I just want to read that. I know you said we were going back there, but the reality of understanding what Revelation is talking about is really looking at why do I go to church? And what do I need when I get there that I might take from there to change where I'm at? Because a lot of things like this is going on in our very homes, in our very families. We got some ugly issues, and I can just use the I statement and not talk about nobody else and go from A to Z about what Satan has done that you really don't want him to do, but there's nothing you can do when a mind willfully seeks out the desires. Listen, we are deceived because of our desires. And if the desire ain't for God, then you are duped. I like the way they say you've been duped. Your money is not going to get nothing because they done fooled you out of your money. You ain't got nothing coming. You know, that's like us as believers. We go to church and we get the understanding of powerful messages preached. And I still go out and I fall prey to my desires.
Come on.
That's not the end. The end is when it's all done and said, we're gonna almost make it to heaven.
That's it. Come on. Come on, give God. And he said, even the very elect will be what? Will scarcely make it in. So that's why it's important, is that people think that God accepts anything. God don't care how old we are. He don't care how young we are. What matters is that we want the truth of God's word. And the Bible says that even the very elect will be what? Deceived. If you're not abiding in God's word, if you're not studying God's word, if you're not hearing God's word, you will be what? Deceived. Because it will be put in a way that you'll be saying, yeah. Have you ever said yeah to something that you really didn't listen to? And you agree with it, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. Come on. But that's what he said, the very elect. So when we looked at the 7 heads, anybody else with 7 heads before you go? That's Elaine. Lynn. I don't know why I want to say Elaine. Go, Lynn, go ahead.
Okay, she has the early hills of Rome. Mountains.
No, it's hills. It's not. So number 1, where he says the 7 heads, these are the 7 hills. Some say mountain, but they are hills.
She's got Samalis, Sapias.
Stop, Ken.
Let me get to it.
No.
The 7 hills of this. Spell what you just spelled.
Cernalus and Cispinus. Faguta.
Okay, let's see. You should have Abatine.
She got that for later. 7 hills of Rome later. This is early and then later. She's got Abatine.
Yeah, okay, that's what she should have. There ain't no, because these are all, they still, some of them still exist today. So you got Abatine, very good in. Kalian, Capitolius,
Talking about the 7th city, Capitolian.
Capitolius.
Espulon,
Babylon, Said, wait a minute, where you?
B-I-M-I-N.
Oh, Bimino.
Criminal. Criminal.
Criminal. Politive.
Yeah, politive.
So now, so did y'all get that? Leaders. So now you have, so very good. Then what you said?
You said something about it not being a city. Even Byrd, I had to say.
Well, these are not cities, these are hills.
I know it, but in Rome, those were the 7 cities of Rome.
No, these are the 7 hills. These are the 7 hills. But what we're talking about in the existence of what Rome was founded and built around, these are the 7 hills, which, we go into, which, right now in existence of. I was just trying to get you to name the 7 heads. But, also, go ahead. I'm just getting you to name the 7 heads, and you said you didn't have them.
Because you said that this was not about the cities, and that took me off.
No, not about the city. I was talking about the woman. That was something totally different. Had nothing to do with that. I just asked you about the 7 heads. So read what you got about the 7 heads.
No, I just had those 7.
No, read what you got about the 7 heads. I mean, read them all again. Read everything what you got.
Capitolinus. PLA, Platinus, Ventinus, ESPUILINUS, Coleus, COELIUS, Vanillus, BIMINELIS, the one with the Q.
So what do you got out of those? What did you get out of those?
But that's what the first 4 was, and see, that's why I say when I looked them up and when I looked at it, it came back as the 7 cities of Rome. Being the first 4 was founded by Romulus.
Very good.
And the second and the last 3 was founded by Sirius Tulonius.
Very good. So you have Romulus, that was the founder of them, and that now, also too, you have not only Jerusalem, that have these 7 cities or 7 hills that they was surrounded by. But the significance of going back into the Romulus is because it takes us into the place where the ancient times were. So we're not even looking into the future there, but we're looking into the ancient time there, because it takes us back to old what? Jerusalem. Ancient Jerusalem, ancient Rome, where they all was founded and how it came about. So in that, so how do you understand about those? So we're not going to really get all the way into it until we get down a little bit further. Is that all right? So now, Dion, do you understand that? Okay. So now you got here. So we got the 7 heads. Okay. And the 10 what? And the 10 horns. So we're talking about a leader that is influenced coming out of what? Coming out of this area. We say that is Rome because it's going to mention Babylon, but we're going to get down into it to find out who this leader and where this leader is really coming from. So we have now the 10 horns. Who has the 10 horns? The 10 horns. I think we have 6 of them. Go ahead. That's right, the 10 horns are the 10 kings. So now when we look at the 10 kings, where are we going with this? God is actually telling, now God is showing, this is what God is doing. God is showing John that there is a siege that is getting ready to come upon Jerusalem. He's showing this to John because John right now is already gone. And these things have not happened yet. Jesus began to tell them that, look here, that this, I cry for Jerusalem, I weep for Jerusalem. And the reason why I weep for Jerusalem is because the city is going to be what? Ravaged. It's going to be destroyed. This is what this is about. Okay? And the reason why this is about that, because now you got 10 kings that's getting ready to come forth. And see, I tell you the hardest thing to do is because we read from here, and I'm giving you what's already down in the chapters of verse 12 through 18. This all is aligning up to it. So these 10 kings are like the people of the Jewish nation that is a part of the religion of the Jews that says we're going to stand up for what's right. And what they mean by stand up for what's right, we're going to stand up for the custom of the Jews. Is to keep the sacrifice. So how many understand? Did you get that? Did you? Yeah. No. No. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, that ain't it. Yeah, that ain't it. Yeah, that don't. But that's okay. I'm sure I was. Yeah, but. Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got the general definition of it. Okay, yeah, that's right. General definition of it. So the general definition, right. So the general definition of a king of the 10 horns of kings means they have authority to go forward, and they don't need no other authority, which is correct because these 10 that I'm going to give you guys, I want y'all, and then we're going to get ready to. Because I know this could be boring when people don't understand what's going on. And Nancy, do you understand? Dual, do you understand? Because y'all are the leaders. Do you understand? What are you going to say then?
I thought with the 10 horns, I put that they are the 10 kings, which I went to verse 12.
Very good. Okay, now, the 10 horns, I want y'all to put this for here. 10 horns represent 10 generals. And you can say 10 kings, 10 generals. Not per se that they are kings. What it is that the 10 horns, the 10 kings are people that have authority to move forward, to do, and they don't need no permission. Is that all right? So they have the authorization to go forward. So now, number 1 is Joseph. And the reason why I'm giving you Joseph, the son, I want you to put the son of Gorion, capital G, O-R-I-O-N, capital G, O-R-I-O-N, governor of Jerusalem. Now see, the governors and generals works as well as kings. They're able to be forceful. They're in authority. They're powerful. And they're able to do things and to make things happen. Now the second one is Aeneas. A-N. Capital A-N. A-N-U-S. Aeneas. The high priest. Aeneas. The high priest, governor of Jerusalem. See, this verse, a lot of this verse here goes, it's going to take y'all just about all of it. I'm trying to, okay, number 3. We're going to be finished. We say Jesus, Jesus. Everybody else go Jesus, comma. The son of Sapphires. S, capital S. A-P-P-H-I-A-S. The son of Sapphires. One of the high priests. So put one of the high priests. These are all important people now. You got governor, you got general, you got high priest. High priest is very important, just like the Pope in the Bible days, what I just explained. The kings could not move unless they had a word from God. Even though they made laws, but to go to battle, they wanted to get a word from God. the priest made atonement for the people. So therefore, a lot of the things that, they wanted God to do, they had to go to the priest and make what? An atonement. And the priest had to make atonement for themselves as well as the people. For God to really move. I know that it might be boring for some of y'all. But, so now, with the high priest, I want y'all to put in parentheses. Idumea. I-D-U-M-A-E-A. Idumea. A-E-A. Yeah. Number 4. Eleazar. E-L-E-A-Z-A-R. The son of Ananias. You spell that capital A. N-A-N-I-A-S. Who was Ananias? Okay, capital A. Oh, Idumea. I, capital I, D, U, M-A-E-A. So we got number 4, Eleazar, the son of Ananias, the high priest. So put the high priest. He's another one of Idumea. What are you going to say, Nancy? Which one? Ananias? Eleazar or E-L-E-A-Z-A-R. Man, I wish I could have you doing this. Oh my goodness. And put up there, you should put the high priest of Idumeans. Number 5. I don't want to go past 5. Number 5. Is the high priest of Idumea. Yeah, Eleazar. Place. Idumea. I don't know, isn't Idumea somewhere like, somewhere over Middle East, maybe, I'm thinking of like Africa, somewhere like that on there. Or that might not be, but. Oh, we'll find out where that, we'll look it up. Okay, so, Niger. We call it Niger, so it's Niger, or Niger. N-I-G-E-R. Capital N-I-G-E-R. But then, now put it just like this. Well, just put the governor of Idumea. And then put in parentheses, then. Now, some of these in the New Testament, these are some of the New Testament Jews that formed together. And this is what the Bible is talking about, these people here. These ones that was formed. So we're not finished yet, let me give it to you. 6, I can't even talk about it tonight. Number 6, Joseph. If I know how to spell Joseph. The son of Simon. How many remember Joseph, the son of Simon? Jericho. So put in parentheses, Jericho. Some of these are the New Testament believers that came together to prepare for war against Rome or war with Rome. So, y'all got it? Joseph, the son of Simon. Jericho, J-E-R-I-C-H-O. J-E-R-I-C-H-O.
I just moved to the age. If you guys could be quiet.
Manasseh. M-A-N-A-S-S-E-H. P-E-R-E-A. Manasseh. Is that right? P-E-R-E-A, yeah, go with Manasseh. Piera. P-E-R-E-A. P-E-R-E-A. Yeah. Yeah. No. Manasseh, then parentheses, Pierre. Yeah, because that's a city. That's a place. These are places that governor over or governor that come from. They're part of that, being a governor. They're part of that, being a high priest in that area. So John. I'm almost finished. John the execute. So John, comma, the execute. E-S-S-C-U-E. E-S-S-C-U-E. John, comma, the execute. Now put in parentheses. Tabachi. T, capital T, O-P, Tabachi. T-O-P, like in Paul. A-R-C-H-Y. Of Damna, capital T, H-A-M-N-A. Now, right over that, put comma, or quotation mark. Everybody know what a quotation mark? Lydia was also added to his portion, but Lydia, L-Y-D-D-A, was also added to his portion in Joppa. J-O-P-P-A, comma, and Emmaus. Joppa, comma, and Emmaus. Capital E-M-M-A-U-S. Number 9. After this, one more to go. John, comma, the son of Matthias. M-A-T-T-H-I-A-S. Capital M-A-T-T-H-I-A-S. Now the same part, toparches, you got toparchi, comma, toparchi of, capital G, O-P, H-N, capital G-O-P, like in Paul, H-N-I, T-I-C-A, N, and, capital A, C-R-A-B-A-T-T-E-N-E, comma. The last one. Ready? Josephus. Spell like Joseph, the U.S. Josephus. Keep these with your nose. As we go forward, we're going to see the rest of what God is saying. Josephus, the son of Matthias. Now you got John, the son of Matthias. Then you got Josephus, the son of Matthias. Comma, both the Galilees. So they're both the Galileans. A lot of Galileans talk what? Greek. Some talk Arabic. Both of the Galilees. Then you got Gamilla, comma. So you got both the Galilees, comma, Gamilla, G-A-M-A-L-A, also, comma. Which, now write this, which was the strongest city in those parts, comma, was put under his command. So now what I want you to do, Number 3, I want you to put verse 8 in your Bible, or you can put on what you're writing. This is explaining your verse 8. The beast that Saul was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. I want you to put right there, verse 8. Now, the reason why we're going to verse 8 right here, and also number 3, number 3, because that's where we are with the 10 horns. It's explaining verse 8. We're going to verse 8. It's a part of verse 8, should I say. So I want you to put that and say this is part of verse 8. And the reason why you're putting this a part of verse 8 is because how it's reading and what it's coming to, if I take the whole explanation of it, coming from Matthew, the 24th chapter, and this is what I want you to do too. Put Matthew 24. We're going to get ready to close because it's getting late. Matthew 24. Got that? 24th chapter. Well, when you do a lot of the studying, you got to put here. I'm not a very organized individual. Can y'all tell? But what I like is God brings it out. Is that all right? So Matthew 24, and then we have the 15th verse. So go from the 15th verse on down. Then I want you to do Luke, the 19th chapter, 43 and 48. Now, how does coexist with what we just got with the 7 hills? Because Rome was a part of the 7 cities, was built. So now, is that any exclusiveness to that? No. What it means is that this was a very powerful area where not everybody built their homes. Not everybody built cities. Not everybody was a part of this exclusive area. So now, what it is also too is letting us know that God was letting John know is that at this particular time that there was a siege getting ready to happen. This has already taken place in Matthew the 24th and with Luke. Read right quick, or who got it? Matthew 24 and 15. Now, you're not going to get the whole scope of it because we're going to have to go right back over it again when we go back down through the rest of it. So, it's kind of hard to bring it to the close of it, but I want you to kind of see where we're going. So now, when we look at this here, what was happening, this is in history. So when you take the book of Josephus and it begin to break it down and tell you what actually happened at this particular time, that Jesus says, the desolation of abomination, or abomination of the desolation. And what was happening then was, you got that? Read that right quick for us.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place.
Okay, number 1. What he was saying that here, that Jesus was letting them know that Jerusalem is getting ready to get besieged. And when they get sieged, is that the man Antiochus was that powerful one, was that Antichrist, was that beast that we're talking about in verse number 3 in Revelation. The scarlet upon the beast. So he is the one that we're talking about here. Because what happened is he sacrifices a pig and he goes into, to stop the Jews from doing their sacrifice. He stopped them from, going forward and doing the things that they know to do ritually. So now when we look at that, you begin to tell us that now the Antichrist, what it's going to be? It's going to be an imitation of what? Him. So he's gonna use the word to try to deceive those that know. So at this particular time, you have these people that I just gave you here, with some of them that we know from Acts. And not going to get all into it because I got to break it down on the next Wednesday night because we're going to have to go through all of it. So with these here that was formed, these are the 10 generals that stood up and said, no, we are not going to stand by and let you Romans, take our city and do these things and take our sacrifice away. Jesus says, I'm sorry for you, but this here is getting ready to happen. So when we move on down to verses 12 and 10, this is where the one I just gave you are these generals that's getting ready to stand up. But as we look at number 3 on down, you're looking at Matthew 24 with the history of the abomination that have already occurred that went against Jerusalem and left Jerusalem desolate, left Jerusalem in a bad state with the children, with the city being on fire, with one stone not left upon another. And also when you go to, now you're not going to read that in the scripture. Look at your neighbor and say, you'll have to read history. You have to go into the history. So that's why when we come down to God's word and say, okay, what is the 7 heads? Is this talking about today? What God is bringing us to today is the same Antichrist as Antiochus stood up in the holy place, which is what they call the tabernacle, as the priest, and said, look, I'm an awful pig, and you know what? I'm gonna make the Jews, put them in a position where they're not gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna tear down all of this stuff, their altars, and I'm gonna make sure that they don't have nowhere to go. But I'm gonna burn all their altars. I'm gonna kill everybody. I'm coming against everything. God is saying today, this same Antichrist is gonna do the same thing today. But the only thing is, he don't have to come in our church. He's already in our church. He's not in this one, because the truth is being beat. But he's already in a lot of churches, preaching false doctrine. But the Antichrist will stand in a position, along with the false prophet, and go against the things of God. And when he goes against the things of God, he's going against Jerusalem again. And we're not talking about a holy Jerusalem. We're talking about the Jerusalem, Israel. And as they begin to go against Israel, we are one that's supposed to protect Israel. And then we, as Americans, will be also pulled into the fight. And it will be a global, what you call nuclear war that will go on. That will cause all our children, all vegetation, everything else to be killed. So this is what you call just a little bit of the segment of where we're going into the next. So how many understand this so far? When you read the scripture here, go ahead and tell me what you want. Oh no, I know you was thinking something. What you think? So when you read into the abomination of desolation, it's going into the history that's already been what Jesus saying that the future was getting ready to happen. Read Luke. Did I give you that scripture? We're going to read Luke and then we're going to close. So he says, so now you see this? When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. Whosoever readeth, let him understand.
Okay, and
what God was showing in the chapter 17, verse 1 through, this has already occurred with Antiochus.
is that a hot day or something?
With Jerusalem. And somebody put 70 AD. Put that in your notes. This was a war of 70 AD. That go with Revelation 17 in what you have now. 3 all the way down. This is the war of 70 AD. A Rome that goes against Jerusalem. Rome goes against Jerusalem. 70 AD war. It lasted for about maybe an hour. And it lasted a year. And we're going to get into that too. I'm going to try to break it down a little bit. Was everybody okay?
You said this was between who, Rome and?
Rome going against Jerusalem. Rome going against Jerusalem. So now you got it. Well, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. So we can come back and make it a little bit clearer. Come on, give God a hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm not as organized as I wish I was. But I want you to hold on those 10. That's why a lot of people say, I don't understand the Bible. Because the Bible has so much history outside of it. And you have to go into history to find out what actually happened. So when you come to your history, it's a prediction of your future. Because what already happened back in the days of Jerusalem with the siege, look at your neighbor said, is getting ready to come back again. How many understand that? Come on, give God praise. I'm sorry, you guys. I was trying to make it short. So hold on to those notes there. I already got some here that I didn't want to give out. But that's because I don't want you to have the answer before time. I want to hear your answer. That's why I love you. But it's the sick. But the I know. But as we get into it, study some more. So we stopped at what? Number 4? Number 3? Yeah, I think, no, we did number 3. So your 7 heads and the 7 hills, okay, I'm wrong. And then you have your 10 generals, the ones I just got. Okay? And these are the Jews that have formed, which some of them are part of the disciples. And then when we come to the conclusion of it, you're going to wrap it all up and you're going to see clearly, more clearly than what you do now. So we're breaking it down a little bit by a little bit. So we can understand what God is actually saying and where we're going. So let's stand. Any fish fries?